Snake. Can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes. But not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification. But my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier.
There you go, yeah, it sounds fine on my Twitch as well.
When he
That's
picked me up near the
that's all.
Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared
This
his rations
is
with me.
Naomi Hunter. She is part of our crew.
Yes.
She was the one who was
Frank
basically in charge of
Yeager.
our medical stuff.
The man who you
But
destroyed
she's actually a
was my brother
traitor.
and my
She
only
is the
family.
brother of the cyborg ninja,
No.
Frank Yeager. Sorry,
Gray
she's
Fox?
the sister of him.
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected
She got
me.
involved with the mission specifically
It's
to
my
kill
one
us.
connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America.
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom. This America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound.
Big Boss has
I
a
knew it was
lot
my
of
best
history.
chance to meet you, and
He's-
I prayed for the day that I
He
would.
did a lot over multiple
So,
decades.
were your prayers
and so
answered?
the fact that we killed him in the previous
Yes.
game,
I
Metal Gear
waited
2,
2 long
uh,
years.
there's a lot
To
of people
kill me?
who have it out for Snake.
Is that all you cared about?
Yes, that's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years.
Quiet.
Some kind of twisted obsession.
You're referring to
You
Quiet.
still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so.
If you have any
just
questions,
came
let
here
me
to
know
fight
and I
you.
will try to
I wasn't
give you the
sure
short
before,
version.
but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox, no. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body.
In this
Fox
game
Die
specifically,
contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering.
he was a supporting
They're programmed to
character in
respond to
the
specific
previous
genetic
2
patterns in
games,
the
the
cells.
2D ones.
Those enzymes
He turned
recognize the
traitor and
target's
Snake
DNA.
killed him.
Right.
He actually
They
survived,
respond by
but his body
becoming
was
active
broken,
and using
and
the
so they used him
macrophages,
to
they
make the
begin
first
creating
cyborg
TNF
ninja.
epsilon.
He would become the
It's a
template
type
for
of
what
cytokine,
Raiden would
a
become.
peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF epsilon is carried
In this
along the
game, he comes
bloodstream to the
back to
heart,
get
where they
revenge on
attach
you,
to
but
the
like
TNF
he's
receptors
so
in the heart
damaged
cells.
that he doesn't even know
And
who he
then
is half the
They
time.
cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis.
No, he does not.
Then,
That's a Raiden
The
thing.
victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart
Raiden
cells
brought
commit
that
suicide?
innovation.
Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox dye.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox dye as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake, I...
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What
Nah,
did she
she's
mean when
fine.
said
She
that
comes
Fox
back
dye
in
was
MGS
part of this
4.
operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
What's funny is we never stop calling her Naomi Hunter, even though we've established that's not her real name. Three is the prequel. 4 is a sequel to 2. But yeah, so the short version with this is that terrorists have taken over this island called Shadow Moses, where there was a secret Metal Gear in development. They are planning to launch a nuke unless their demands are met for, I think it's $1 billion and the corpse of Big Boss, because his DNA can be used to fix what's wrong with the genome, what's wrong with them, because they were like experimented on. The thing with that is, so they sent Snake in, they forced him out of retirement and said, hey, go to this island, deal with all the terrorists. But they never expected him to succeed. They actually do not care whether or not he's able to take out the terrorists. Instead, they just injected him with a virus called Fox dye, which can kill specific people. So everywhere he goes, he is just coughing up like virus juice and making everyone around him sick, but it only kills specific people. So all the terrorists are on the target list, but Naomi infiltrated the project and made sure that Snake is also on the list, in order to get revenge on him for killing her brother in a previous game. Almost new on that game order. It's 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. 3 and 5 are about Big Boss. 1, 2, and 4 are about Solid Snake. Which, it gets confusing because they look exactly the same, because Solid Snake is a clone of Big Boss. There's a guy who hangs around that part of the railing, and like, I hate... If you're fast enough, you can take him out immediately and keep running, but like... Yeah, I'll just stock up on this ammo while I wait for him. Come on, dude, where are you? He's over there, I think. To the left? There he is. But because you have to lie down to use the sniper rifle, you can't aim over the railing. So yeah, we had to heat up. We had to. So Metal Gear, there is two. Yes, exactly. So there's two ways to use the Metal Gear. You can activate it using the passcodes that belong to 2 important people, which the terrorists were able to get, or you can use these. You can use this PAL card, and the PAL card has a specific way of being used, and that is that if it's hot, it changes shape. If it's cold, it changes shape to a different thing. And you need to use all 3 different shapes in order to activate the system, and one cancels out the other. So if Metal Gear is active, this turns it off. If Metal Gear is inactive, this turns it on.
Palcode number 3 confirmed. Palcode entry complete. Detonation code activated.
No, why?
Ready for launch.
We got tricked. We thought Metal Gear was already
I
active,
deactivated it.
but actually no, it wasn't.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us, too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
That.
What are you talking about?
So that is
We weren't
supposedly
able to
Master
learn
Miller,
the DARPA chief's code.
who's a character in
Even
5,
with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read
but
his
it's not
mind.
actually him, and you will
Then
see who it is in a
Ocelot
second.
accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to
Yes, it
find
is.
some
That
other
was
way.
Psycho Mantis.
That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
You can recognize other Konami games
First,
on
I
your memory
thought we
card.
might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning? Just to get me to input the detonation code?
Huh? You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine. To me, their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Oh, you notice the accent change.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
It's Liquid Snake.
Liquid. How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
He's one of the other clones of Big Boss, and technically Solid Snake's brother. Alright, so we have been trapped, we've been locked inside here, so we first off use the gas mask, buy some time. I'm gonna call Otacon, and hopefully he can get us out of here.
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Yeah, so if you didn't have the gas mask, you'd still be fine. He's fast enough that it'll happen before you run out of oxygen, but just barely. With the mask, it's no problem at all. It's easy.
I hacked into
But
security.
yeah, basically the terrorists
Snake,
screwed up,
I'm
and
opening the door.
they wouldn't have access to the ability to use the nuke. So the fact that we showed up was an opportunity for them in order to use the other method of activating it. Oh, did you hear that? I always love that little sound effect. It sounds so weirdly mischievous. So if we look in first person, we can actually see him, I think. Yep, there he is. Can I aim at him with the sniper? They don't let you use the Nikita missile. Of course they don't. But I can use this for some reason. Ah, of course it didn't work. I learned that apparently you can cheese the Sniper Wolf boss fight using Nikita
Like my
missiles.
sunglasses? You'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. And you performed quite well, I must say.
I want to point out, Nu, that we're in
Although the
Alaska.
boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the
He
same thing.
he simply
What the
refuses
hell are
to
you
wear a
talking
shirt.
about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along with the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you
The
as a
Genome
vector
Army
to
Nu
spread
is
Fox
there are a
died.
bunch of
It
soldiers
can't
who've
be.
been
Are you
manipulated
telling me
using
Naomi was
eugenics
working with the
experiments
Pentagon?
to be more like
They
Big
thought she
Boss,
was,
basically altering
but
their
it
DNA.
seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Dye's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder... Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Dye's program. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Dye vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really
He
knows.
hopes so.
Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus were killed by Fox Dye, but Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all the old man's dominant genes. I got the flawed recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
I was the favorite, huh?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But
Yeah,
I'm
I can understand that,
Father
Liquid.
Joe's.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Love? It's hate! He always told me I was inferior, and now I'll have my revenge! You should understand me, brother. You killed our father with your own hands! You stole my chance for revenge! Now I'll finish the work that father began. I will surpass him! I will destroy him!
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you! Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes! Yeah!
Yeah.
Snake, your blood will be the first to be spilled by this glorious new weapon. Consider it an honor, a gift from your brother. Now I'll show you the power of the weapon that will lead us in the 21st century.
It's moving.
How do you even power a thing that big? Must be a hell of a gas guzzler.
How do I stop it?
I guess it's Oil X from the previous games. Alright, now time's for the Metal Gear fight. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's totally what it was. I had turned things down inside the emulator. So, I'm gonna mention this real quick. There's a bunch of boxes over here, right? So I'm gonna head over to. When you start the fight, it's actually possible to hide in a cardboard box behind here, and he will not be able to find you for a while. In fact, let me try it. It's probably not going to work, but let me try it. Oh, is he actually falling for it? Yeah, okay, no. That didn't work too well, but it was fun to try. So let's get in close. Need more Liquid Snake going. Aha. Yeah, so I'm going to get in real close. Okay. There's a specific pattern to aim for. Get in close. Laser. Damn it. Okay, yeah, I'm so close I can't aim up high enough. Yeah, the missiles are a huge problem. Yeah. Come on, do your laser. Just like a little head movement, I think. There it is. Alright, that's first phase down. Cost me far too many rations. I never got very good at fighting him, to be perfectly honest.
Did that do it?
Nope, there's a cyborg ninja. Hey, do you remember when people said it's ridiculous that Raiden can throw a Metal Gear? Look at this. He's not even a true cyborg, he's using an exoskeleton.
Why? What do you want from me?
I am a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Naomi?
You're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me.
I love how Liquid's in the back, just randomly stomping around because he can't find us.
Guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
From the outside, we might have seemed like a happy brother and sister, but every time I looked at her, I saw her parents' eyes staring back at me. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it. There you are! We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving
Fox!
Oh.
In
No, it's great.
East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use royal harriers.
Fox!
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
I was gonna say, it's funny how, like, Rex has, like, this high-tech laser, but the equivalent attack in the next game with Ray is just a water cannon. It's just an extremely powerful water cannon that works like a laser.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
No! Fire the stinger!
Fox, can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Alright.
In front of good.
I can't do it.
Unfortunately, I can't do it. They will just not let me.
Zanzibar. I was taken from the battle. Neither truly alive, nor truly dead. An undying shadow in a world of light. But soon,
It's no good. I can't do it.
will finally end.
So you know what's messed up, Chibi? Is, in the second phase, you don't have to use the Stinger missile. You can actually shoot, Liquid with the sniper rifle.
We're not tools of the government or anyone else.
Boy, I probably should have tried that just then, eh?
The only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in.
Yeah, you could take like 4 sniper bullets to the head.
Farewell.
He does all this bitching about being the inferior clone, and like he's stronger than Big Boss ever was. I love fighting him in MGS 5, and you're like, this guy's like 14. No, he's like 12. And he's so strong.
See, you can't protect anyone, not even yourself.
Oh yeah, I missed that by the way. You can find a parachute in the snowfield, just beyond the wall. Ah, fuck. It unequipped my... even with body armor I would have died to that.
Snake! Snake!
Alright, let's give that another try. Wait, no. Not phase 1 again. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, hold on. Does he know where I am? He knows exactly where I am. Or not. No, actually he doesn't know where I am. Got him. Alright, let's do this. Nope. Oh shit. Got a bit of delay. Alright, beat out the laser. Alright, no. Beat out the laser. Play it safe. Guns work too. There we go. Much faster. Alright, skip these cutscenes. Oh, alright, phase 2. Use a ration right away. Nope, nope, get away from him. Gonna stomp. Oh, he's so tanky. He takes so little damage from that. Alright, let me try the sniper rifle approach. Nope, that was a bad idea. Let me try... I don't think Chaff's gonna do much for me right now. Nope. Is this gonna work? Oh, nope, nope. Yeah, no. Not a good idea. It is possible, but, like, you've got to do some very specific routing. Yeah, I don't even bother waiting for the lock on. Like, if I can just get it in his general area, it should hit him. Oh shit. Oh, yeah. For a second now I thought I was out of ammo. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Maybe it's like a direct hit versus like a micro. But he is taking a lot more damage than the initial shot. Oh, okay, one more Russian. Okay. Get out the laser. Got a no. One more.
Snake! I'll crush you into dust!
Sleeping late as usual. A snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you do.
I do know it. I'm not very good at it, but I will give it a shot.
Just because you've
You know, I gotta say, Chibi, for a guy called Liquid, he's pretty solid.
Fighting.
Unbreakable,
Really
even.
after.
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he
really
was
knows how to
young,
go with the flow.
During the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things...
If MGS3 is any indication, that is not true,
With all the
Liquid.
liars and hypocrites running the world,
You were
war
useful,
isn't what
but you
it
were
used
still
to
an
be.
expendable tool.
We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence.
This is kind of ironic, considering that this is like 9 years before the war economy.
After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
You know, he might have a point, considering this is the only game in the series where you can't do non-lethal.
Filled with the joy of battle.
You're wrong.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to.
Like, I have murked a whole lot of genome soldiers that I didn't have to.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
Super
They
baby
fertilized
method.
an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it
I forgot
divide
that's what
into
it was
8
called.
cloned babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed. To create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born.
You know, Liquid, recessive genes are not inherently bad.
You and I aren't his only children.
Ginger hair is a recessive
The
gene.
genome soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial...
I wonder if the license ran out on this footage.
Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation special forces. That's how they became the genome soldiers. That's right. The genome soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The genome soldiers.
That's right.
In my memory,
They
this game's
are our
always been about
brothers,
nuclear
created
disarmament, or rather
artificially
the
through the
failure of
alignment
doing nuclear
nucleotides
disarmament.
to mimic our father's genes.
So I forget how much
They
of it
too
is
are the
actually
product
about,
of numerous
hey,
sacrifices.
eugenics are bad, guys.
Sacrifices.
They're
Human
really bad.
experiments. 1991,
Like, Dolly would have been
the
topical
Gulf
around
War.
the time this game was written.
The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just a cover-up of the secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes. They too are our brothers and sisters.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Wait, does that mean there's a bunch
Don't
of
be a
female
fool.
big bosses
They're
running
a
around?
complete failure.
That's pretty cool.
We are on the verge of extinction.
I mean, no, sorry, eugenic's bad. But that's still kind of cool, though.
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem.
I would have to look this up,
Signs of
because I have
symmetry.
never heard, outside of the
So do
scheme,
I.
about symmetry, asymmetry
As do
theory.
you.
Never once have I
That's
ever
right.
heard those words.
We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's
Did
fate.
your genes order
All
you
living
to
things
take my
are born
shirt
for
off?
the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then
Answer the
I'm
question,
going
Liquid.
to go beyond. In order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you. Look behind you.
Meryl! Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours
Well, I
ago.
resist the torture through
Poor
cheating,
girl
but
kept
so
calling
yeah,
me
she
on
should be
name.
fine.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our
Yeah, whatever you
father,
see it,
Big
Eli.
Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Alright, apparently you
Yes,
don't need
I'm
the use of your
listening.
hands to
What is
answer a
the
codec
Pentagon
call.
trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But, Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad
Didn't
for you.
Merrill always
Don't
want to
worry.
join Foxhound?
It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty.
Who the fuck
This
is
is the
this
Secretary
asshole?
of Defense, Jim Houseman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart. You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the Genome Army, everyone.
The ones I didn't get to.
The DARPA chief is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you
I wonder
give
if
me
Jim
the optic
Housen
disc, I
is
might consider
a
saving
member
them.
of the Patriots.
What are you talking about?
Metal
He
Gear
probably
test
isn't, but
data.
like if he's in good with the
Donald was
DARPA chief,
supposed to
he at
bring
least
it
has some
back.
connection to
I
them.
don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. Well, the bombs will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do. Farewell.
Alright, Chibi, it's time to find out if I know that loop combo.
There's no way out for us.
I remember right, it's like jab,
Let's finish
jab,
this
stop,
before
jab.
the airstrike. You stole everything from me.
It's a very specific timing to it.
Only your death can satisfy me. Only your
I know there's
death
that, and you can
return
crouch
to me
under
what is
certain
rightly
attacks.
mine. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear
And it's a
module
strict
is set
time
to
limit, too.
detonate at the precise moment of her death.
What is your plan here, Liquid? Is this a suicide attack? Do you not plan to survive this fight?
If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. If you cross this line, you fall. At this height, it will kill even you.
But not me, though. Alright, 2.5 minutes.
Have at you, Snake.
Okay, nope. Yeah, what is the timing here? 1, 2. Nope. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, not that. Ah, shit. Oh, you got me again. I keep pressing triangle to punch him. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is not going well. Chibi, do you remember how the punch combo works? Oh, there it is. Oh, I had him, Chibi. Ah, fuck. Ah, I managed to duck under it. The timing on it's really cool.
Nice shot!
Oh, I am not doing well.
Better hurry! It's going to blow!
Oh, it's square, the weapon button. You just, if you're standing still, you choke them, and if you're moving, then it's a throw instead. So yeah, circles to punch, square is for throws.
How about you, Snake?
Unfortunately for Liquid, it doesn't really do anything. Him and the ninja are basically immune to it. Yeah, my mistake there is if I do the full combo, when he's trying to circle straight around me, I won't be able to duck in time.
Nice shot!
Oh shit.
It's going to blow!
He always gets me with that. And you don't want to throw him off the ledge, because that's just a bunch of time you waste because you can't hurt him. Yeah, with the spin kick. And then 3, they went way more conservative with it, where he just does like the little kick. Oh, yeah, wasted time, but that's fine. Off the ledge he goes. Oh, I almost had him in the combo there. Oh, shit.
You're out of time!
Okay, nope.
You're out of time!
Got him. Yeah, the melee fight with Liquid is always somewhat close for me. I always lose at least most of my health before I beat him.
Meryl?
Snake, is that you? Snake, oh, you're alive! Thank God.
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, it must have been terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that.
What?
I was fighting too. Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame,
Yeah, the pace we're going, we're gonna have time to check out the VR missions.
that I held on to.
I prepared a save file so we can check out all the cool
that
stuff.
hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl. That's my Kodak.
Are you sure? You sure you're not just happy to see me?
Snake, it's me.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
Oh, boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take
It's a
the
bit more
loading
than
tunnel to the
bombs. They're gonna
surface.
drop a B2
There's a
nuke
parking
on
garage
us.
right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
There's gonna be nothing
Door in
left of this
front?
place.
No, it's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But...
Unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know. Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks? Well, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What about him?
He does
Where's
not.
Otacon?
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah. And I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
So there'll be something to mention about that chibi in a second once it appears. It's going to be a timer in the top right.
Meryl.
Snake.
Meryl. It started.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up.
You need some clothes, she says, as she runs around in the tank. Oh, never mind. She found some too.
Looking good, Snake.
Alright, so, is the timer going to appear in the top right? I forget when it actually shows up.
Hurry!
Yeah, there's a 10-minute timer, so let's grab that ration.
I'll drive.
So fun fact, Chibi, that timer is fake. You can let it run out, and nothing will happen.
No keys.
And that's not a mistake. In the story, the bombing run gets cancelled. So this place never does get blown up, and that's why Otacon's fine.
I got it, Snake. Jump in. Fire that machine gun. Snake, hold on.
Alright, now we get the final chase sequence. So aim to the right, about here. Yeah, it's about there. Just fire continuously.
Uh-oh, Snake.
Yes, exactly. Pew pew.
We'll never make it. Snake, clear up. Okay, Snake, let's go.
Oh yeah, you know the Hind D fight? The Hind D fight also uses a technology innovation.
We'll never make it. Snake,
Apparently you're supposed to figure out where the chopper is using stereo audio. And you can actually call your codec, and they're like, oh, you have a mono TV? Well, I guess you're fucked then.
You did it, Snake!
Indeed, Chippy. It's not over yet.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet! Liquid!
He's so tempting. Like, this is a light machine gun. Those bullets would rip through any regular person. When you use them against regular soldiers in the later games, like, they just die instantly. Probably gonna have to use that ration, but it's fine. It is possible to beat the sequence just barely without using it, because there's some damage that's just unavoidable. There it is. If I had taken up like maybe 2 less hits, I would have gotten through with my ration intact. And that's the game. And Liquid is finally dead. Yep.
Meryl. Are you okay?
Yeah, just a little shook up.
Meryl, can you move?
It's no good. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I can't see him either.
Liquid's dead. Uh-oh.
Snake!
I love the distortion effect they have on this scene. Like the wobbling, as if your vision is, like, tunneling.
Snake!
That must have been pretty tricky to do on a PS1. I love when Liquid Ocelot trolls you with that in the 4th game.
If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
So why was the building shaking earlier? I guess it was the damage from Metal Gear's fight?
Can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base.
So much treason.
Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
You never had it before. Who are you kidding?
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
That's not true.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy.
I'm not saying they've done it.
fine.
I'm saying they are stupid enough.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from
The
you.
card never leaves the deck.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm.
I have
You
to
should be
wonder
able to ride
how
right out
Mei
of
Ling
there.
saw it.
I'll bet the
Because
boys
it's
from
inside
the
of the
DIA
key.
and the NSA never expect you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
So yeah, this is the
Don't
canon
worry.
ending because
I've got
it's
an
the only
insurance
one in which
policy.
Meryl
A hard
and
copy
Otacon
of all
survive.
Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you.
But they left
me,
that
and
ambiguous
Mei
for
Ling will
quite
be
some
fine.
time because she doesn't
Battery on these
reappear until
nanomachines will
MGS
run
4.
out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi,
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Yes, but how long do I have?
So when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you.
Naomi, you can just say you don't know.
That's all I can say to you.
Don't give me this ambiguous shit, alright? Do I have an hour, a day, a week, a few decades?
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable.
It's kind of funny, really, because in 4, she effectively just admits, yeah, I don't know.
I finally realized that.
I'm kind of shocked it didn't kill you.
I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were, and I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything.
Oh, so he lied to her about,
Just like with the genome soldiers.
Frank's
You
final
can
words.
input all the genetic information, but that
It is
doesn't
very
make
good.
them into the strongest soldiers.
And she never found out the
The
truth
most
about
I can
that.
say about
Yeah, even in
DNA is
MGS
that it
4,
governs a
he
person's
never tells her the
potential
truth.
strengths, potential destiny.
It's shocking how good the voice cast is in both Japanese and English. Because at the
Humans
time,
can
it's
choose
like,
the type of life they want
it
to
was
live.
so bad across the board. Like, where did they even
Snake,
find all these actors?
Whether or not you're in the Fox Die program isn't important. The important thing
I
is
wonder
that
if they
you
were, like,
choose
recruited from, like,
life.
stage and, like,
And
animation
then
work or
live.
something.
Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too.
Because I can't think
Until today, I've always
of
looked for a reason to
any,
live.
like, I can't think of any
here on,
games that these actors have been in before MGS 1.
Live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children.
Seriously, Mei Ling, how did you see this? On a satellite?
Living is a link to the future.
How?
That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Oh yeah, another thing we missed is there is a specific codec conversation you can have with quote-unquote Master Miller, in which he straight up references the fact that Snake is part Japanese. And Snake's like, I never told you that.
As a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
So that's a cute detail. She's holding the item you get in New Game
Until
Plus.
today, I've lived only for myself.
She has the bandana, and if this was
Otacon,
he would give you the stealth camo.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
What are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
In the 1980s, there were more than 60,000 nuclear warheads. Total destructive power amounted to 1 million times of the Hiroshima air bomb. In January 1993, START 2 was signed, and they agreed to reduce their number of missiles from 3,000 to 350 in each nation. However, as of 1998, there still exists 26,000. Wonder what the state of that is right now. I'm just gonna guess bad. The only time we ever talk about nukes these days is in respect to like smaller nations building a weapons program, rather than the large ones like reducing theirs. Alright, and now I'll...
Mustn't allow yourself to
Oh yeah, there's a final scene.
to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out.
Oh.
Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox die should become activated soon. Right on schedule.
So this
Yes,
meeting would have
sir,
been
I
right before the
recovered
start
all
of the
Rex's
game.
dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Dun dun dun. So yeah, that's them setting up Solidus. I always thought it was weird. It's like, what kind of a name is Solidus? Shouldn't he be Gaseous Snake? Wait, no, that doesn't work at all. Alright, playthrough normal. 8 hours, 7 saves, 14 continues, 19 times spotted, 51 killed. Oh my god, Chibi. I used 69 rations. Nice.